Currently, 75% of high school students and 50% of middle school students feel constant stress over homework. But why the current stress of today's youth, and why is it so prevalent in the present day? According to the National Library of Medicine, during the last several decades, it has become increasingly difficult to gain entry into an American four-year college or university. Growing numbers of students compete for admission to such schools. The number of college applicants has doubled since the 1970s, while school sizes have changed little. This increased difficulty to be admitted into top universities has not only increased stress amongst youth, but has also left students scrambling just to be selected for a four-year entry level in a university. But what is stress? And what is this mental health crisis that is currently alarming so many teenagers today? So let's go to AP Psychology teachers Miss Branch's classroom to find out. Walking to Miss Branch's classroom, I really wanted to figure out what stress truly was. So I asked her just that in an interview I did with her in class. Miss Branch, as a psychology teacher, how would you define stress?
Stress is the term we use to apply to the collection of emotions and biological processes associated with feeling pressure.
Thank you. And so far, what we've studied is that 75% of current high school students are feeling constant stress and pressure. So why do you think this is nowadays, especially prevalent now compared to the past?
I think the social conversation has changed into what high school means, and does a high school diploma have value, or is college becoming the new status quo? Of the competition to get into what's deemed a good college has been going up at an exponential rate over the past few years, when really no one in the job force asks you which college you went to, just that you graduated. So then that competitive edge is leading students to make more and more choices, leading to more stress and pressure because they feel like they need this edge. And that somewhere there's this magical door you walk through to a great life.
Yeah. Thank you. And then what do you think the consequences of this continued stress might be on today's youth?
I think we won't see consequences until much later in life, but I think we're going to see an uptick in cardiovascular disease, in mental health issues, and in relationship deterioration, probably when the current group of high school students is late 30s, early 40s.
And Ms. Branch's conclusions were not far from correct. As we can see here, factors that have had a negative impact on teens' mental health start ranking from stress related to finishing schoolwork and homework with 34%, then following grades and test results, with concerns about future career coming after physical appearance, societal issues, and how people are perceived by others. This truly shows how, with increased difficulty to get into these top universities, students are directly being impacted as they are constantly being stressed over work and overachieving in their academics. A story that we found particularly interesting was that of Casper Cromhout. A current junior at Granada Hills Charter High School, Casper plans on studying wildlife biology in a four-year university after high school. And today, he shared his story on how he managed stress throughout high school. Hey, Casper.
Hi.
Okay, so today I really just wanted to talk about topics of academic stressors or academic pressures that a lot of students I've been questioning lately have also been feeling. So the first thing I kind of wanted to ask you is, when did college first start entering your mind?
Well, it would probably have to be around sophomore year when my grades began to drop, and I felt lots of pressure because of the peers and the people around me, including my parents, who wanted me to succeed.
And what do you think? Do you think your parents always expected like great things out of you?
Yeah, but my brother kind of lowered the expectations a little bit, so he helped me out.
And that made you feel better, you think? Or how did it make you feel?
It alleviated some of the stress, for sure, but I don't know, it kind of felt like they didn't support me as but she expected me to do as well as I could.
And then also knowing you for a while, I've also seen you and your grades have changed a lot since freshman year. So can you tell me a little bit about that progression and also why you think that is?
Yeah, well, freshman year, my first year here, I had a 2.2. And then I started to realize that my grades mattered and it was something that I should focus on. So I eventually got it up to around 4.3 on my class year. And yeah, as I got more motivated by my teachers, my classmates, my family, I started focusing more on my grades and I was able to bring them up.
What you doing?
I'm on hour 2 of working on my H project to build a birdhouse.
Nice. Casper's story showed us a unique approach that we may not have looked at before. While colleges are becoming increasingly difficult to enter and students are thus being increasingly stressed, what has happened with Casper is that it actually compelled him to do better in school. In fact, as we saw, his grades nearly doubled with GPA size between sophomore and junior year. With Casper's story, we can see that while stress needs to be monitored and also maintained to have healthy youth, it can also be channeled into something even more beautiful: academic success. But even with this, I still had one more question to ask my fellow friends and peers around campus. Have you felt academic pressure?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.